Hey everyone, it's Jake with Cardfight Club, and this is the box I just won while trolling. So, I went to my LGS. We were having a win-a-box tournament today, being held by one of our players. Pretty nice guy, did raffles, gave out tons of free packs, a box for first, 15 packs second, 10 and 5 for third and fourth. Really nice, he did it out of pocket. Check him out on the Cardfight group on Facebook. He's Eric. And the deck I played, I originally wanted to play a Dragonic Waterfall Goku deck, and I play tested it, and Goku's really bad. Like, it's depressing. I used to love playing Goku. He's just not as strong anymore. Waterfall was a boss in that deck, but every time I hit Goku, I cried. And then I decided I was just going to troll and play 16 criticals, 8 8Ks, and 6 perfect guards, then play 11 10Ks, and then play Star Drive and Crested Dragon, which, if you don't know, those are the Royal Pout and KageRO 10K from the Flash deck. They have zero effect besides being a 10K grade 3. And then I remembered Timothy Emerson, TimPowerGamer's article about KageROyals. Now this deck, it runs 8Ks, and I'll just go through the deck list, alright? So, started off, Worker Pod Saturday. I was trolling and didn't really have much time to throw the deck together, and this was in my deck from when I was running the vanillas, just a random vanilla deck. And I mean, he's pretty boss. I got in for 2 damage one game when I missed my ride. Triggers. The deck runs 16 triggers. You have 4 Alabaster Owl, 4 Epona, 4 Draco Kid, and 4 Tar. Runs 16 triggers. This way, every trigger you ever hit will be a critical trigger. There's no math anymore of your opponent guarding 1 pass and you are guarding like 2 pass, you hitting a trigger and then deciding, if I hit a trigger, will it be another critical to get over it, or if it's a heal, am I just going to heal and crit and then I'll be able to guard? None of that. It's every trigger you hit is going to be critical. Also, every card you can guard with is 10K, so it's not as bad as it sounds. Heals, Emerson brings up a good point. TimPowerGamer brings up a great point. Heals are not at all consistent. If I'm running 16 criticals or 12 criticals, odds are my heals may not be going off. So that is a wasted card. So these are guaranteed. You're always going to be able to critical. I mean, they may perfect guard and you may not have nothing, but a critical is still a critical. There's never an opponent's at less damage, my critical doesn't go off. Next up, the grade 1s, you have 4 Bar, 4 Marin, 4 KageROyals Daisy, and 2 Burst Shot Bethnal. That is 14 grade 1s, or 8K grade 1s. The deck runs all 8K grade 1s because my 2 grade 3s are capable of hitting 21 if they have 8K, and this way every 8K I hit is 21. So, I mean, everything I put it behind is 21. The best part about this is, turn 1 you can ride an 8K and then drop 8Ks and swing and push a lot of damage, or turn 1 if you drop an 8K, it forces some decks to play extra cards because this is the highest grade 1. A lot of decks are running cards that are 7 and 6K grade 1s, so if they don't have a unit to pull behind it, they have to play something to try and hit you or hope for a trigger. And on the other end, if your opponent rides a 7K Vanguard, 8K Vanguard, whatever, you can drop 2 of these and push in 2 damage early, and then do it at grade 2. At grade 2, you've got 3 Nahalem and 2 Cross-Shot Garp, 3 Gallatin and 2 Lamarok, and the 1 Tech Geograph Giant. Most of my stuff split 50-50 between KageRO and Royal Paladins because triggers to activate must have 1 card of that clan on the field. This way, 10K, grade 2s, they're all 10Ks. They're the highest you can hit all the time, consistently. I mean, there's cards that can be 11K. I was catching opponents today because I'd have 3 10Ks out, and they'd have like an 8K Special Interceptor and just couldn't hit me. Like, they didn't hit a trigger. That was just a wasted card they couldn't attack with. Now the heart of the deck, Dragonic Waterfall, 4. Card is a boss. Like, every grade 1 you play is an 8K booster. So If it's boosting with an 8K, it's 21. That's the magic number right now. Like, you can't go wrong with 21. There's no 12K Vanguards currently. Its second effect is a little bit insane. You have no perfect guards to pitch your grade 3s to. So what happens when you start hitting multiple Dragonic Waterfalls? You just start hitting harder. I caught people today. I'd swing, get a perfect guard. Swing, get a perfect guard. Third swing, they'd be like, okay, I got enough in hand. Swing, discard a Dragonic Waterfall. I'm swinging 31K at Vanguard. That's a lot of cards to guard with before triggers even. That's 25K in most cases. Then, that's not accounting for triggers. And at the end game, a lot of decks don't have 25K to just throw down. The other grade 3 is Knight of Conviction Boars. When this card attacks, you can counterblast 1. If you do, it gets plus 3,000 until end of turn. That makes it 21K when you counterblast 1 with an 8K behind it. You don't use your counterblast for anything else. It's great. Like, I never ran out of counterblast with this because I could typically get 1 or 2 out. You don't make it 21K unless you need to. But overall, the deck was a lot of fun, and I started out believing I was just trolling, and then it ended up working out great. I won. I went 3-1 in Swiss. I beat 2 Tachkazi, not a toughest matchup because that deck's a little weak right now. I beat an Ezel Garmor Gold Paladins, and I beat them pretty handedly, and then I lost to Narukami because that Game 1, I was playing Worker Pod Saturday Beats because I missed my grade 1 for 2 turns. I still got in there for 4 damage with Worker Pod. He was doing his little robot duties, but I just couldn't come back from missing grade 1 for 2 turns. That's next to impossible. Game 2, I won, and then Game 3 was a really good duel. He hit 2 heal triggers the game. He got Dragonic Vermilion Kaiser off twice, and I still fought it out to... I ended up losing, but, I mean, it was a lot of fun, but 2 heals and 2 Dragonic Vermilion Kaisers in a row, or in a game, and it's a little hard to beat that, especially with no heals. Top 4. Round 1, or 4th round, what did I play? 4th round was the Ezel Garmor. I played the Tachkazi first. Top 4, top 8. First round, I played, I don't even remember. I just remember winning both those games pretty handedly. A lot of people were surprised by the deck. Top 8, I played the Vermilion Kaiser game, and I ended up winning. Kind of sucked because he got grade locked on grade 2 for a game, and that's probably the reason I won. This deck has a tough matchup with the Vermilion Kaiser. Just that card in general. The other game I beat him, he hit like Breakthrough Dragon, and it wasn't even a problem because Vermilion Kaiser is just too strong right now. If that deck gets supported, it's going to be outrageous. Top 4, I played Spectre Duke Dragon. This top 4 game, neither player ran any heal triggers. I believe he runs 6 straws and 10 crits. I lost a game because he got to Spectre Duke twice, and then I won 2. And in the finals, it was kind of funny because both my decks were in the finals. I let someone my Tsukiyomi deck, and they made it to the finals. Game 1, he hit a really bad draw, and I won. Game 2, he won. And then Game 3, I ended up winning. It was a grindy game. It was the only really fair game, that one, because I believe Game 2, I think I got stuck with like a Boars as Vanguard with no support. So, I mean, overall the deck's surprisingly good. The crits are amazing. I'll link to Tim's article because he does all the math. And when you look at it, there's nothing wrong with 16 crits if you're going to play aggressive. So, the deck's fun. I'm probably going to try and improve on it. If I do, I'll keep you updated, make another video. And that's all there is. So, keep on card fighting.